again, I had no idea who Epstein was at the time, and I didn't know who Maxwell was until I started seeing them in the news repeatedly, and seeing Maxwell when they were, trying to hunt her down and get some justice out of her. I was like, oh my God, that's that woman that offered me Victoria's Secret when I was 14 and said I could pass for 18 for some reason. And so I recognized her. And then when they were demolishing Epstein's house, I recognized the house. And I was like, oh my gosh, that's where I was taken to that party that dumped out to Trump's Mar-a-Lago via personal invitation of Trump that Maxwell herself announced. So I'm at the recruiter's house. I'm at Lisa's house. She and I drive down to Clematis Street, which is downtown West Palm Beach. And it's just before one of the bridges to the island of Palm Beach Island. And while we're down there, she parks and we get a cup of coffee. And I didn't drink coffee late. So all this stood out to me. Like I didn't drink coffee late. I thought it was weird that we would be drinking coffee. But while we were there, Paris Hilton walked by with a giant entourage. And there was a woman saying, get out of the way. Paris is coming through. And randomly, I have found this woman again. She ended up being friends with my husband through work industry. And she remembered that evening. She used to be a bodyguard for Paris Hilton at that time. So I loved that she was able to confirm this encounter because it was just so weird. And I asked my recruiter, I said, is Paris going to this party? And she said, no, she doesn't go to these parties anymore, but we might see her brother. Now, I always thought she had older brothers, and I learned recently she has younger brothers. So that's even more disturbing to me that a brother was mentioned to be part of this weird party that I ended up going to. So we are down at the end of Clematis Street, and then a guy gets into the car with us, and she says it's a friend of his, which I had no idea we were even picking him up. He gets in the car, he gets in the back seat. Lisa has a very blacked out SUV, like dark tint, very blacked out. She also had workers at her house, servants, butlers, all these things at her house. So he gets in the back seat of the car. I'm in the front seat. Lisa's driving, and he introduces himself and he says, hey, I'm Bobby Cox. I'm a model scout. And all of this is in the DOJ files. I've reported all of this. All the names are in the files, and they finally released it this year and towards the end of last year. And so he introduces himself as a model scout. And I said to him, oh, I used to do some modeling. And then Lisa says, he's not a model scout, he's a pimp. And I'm like, how are these interchangeable? Again, like I said before, I thought they were just messing with me for the sake of messing with me. I used to go to Catholic school, and the kids could be really, really unruly and weird and go out of their way to just mess with you. So I was just like, okay, whatever he just said. So we get to the island, we drive down this like street, and we get to a gated house that has like a half shoe driveway. She pulls up into the driveway and pulls up over to the far right of the house if you're facing it and looking at the house. And we park over by the fence, and we get out of the car, and we go through the gate. We didn't go through the front door. We ended up going through the gate. And I saw a whole bunch of people by the pool. There were like tiki torches, a whole bunch of people. I would say there was easily 100 people at this event. Mm-hmm. So I wasn't sure what kind of party it was or what kind of event it was. It was very strange once it got going. But when I first got there, I just thought it was rich people at a rich house in Palm Beach County. And it was towards the holidays. So I figured it might be like a holiday event. So we make a beeline for the deck, for the dock. We get down on the dock, and there's a yacht docked and there. And Lisa escorts me onto the dock, as does Bobby. And we get onto the boat, and we go into the boat, and we go in through the back, and there's, like the back entryway, and there's like a living room situation going on there and a stereo. And the guy is there. Kurt Schmidt is there. He has long bleach blonde hair about down to here. And he's got a pimple on his forehead, and he's got orange makeup on it. And so I guess all of the people at that event use orange makeup. I thought it was very weird that rich people were using orange makeup when I don't know why they're unable to get like foundation that matches, but good for us. So he had that on, and he was just acting really weird. He was air guitaring, and he had his shirt off, and it was nighttime, and he had the stereo on, and he was just acting super weird. So we got on the boat, and he like completely ignores me. And I'm talking to Lisa, and I was like, what's the deal? He's so rude.